Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. A little Sharp Money stream action here. I'm Math Wins, and I got Brayton with us here. Just here to talk a little bit of sports. Completely honest, we don't have a lot kind of on the docket planned for you guys. So if anybody, today's hopefully going to be a big chat, answer questions for you guys as we go. Anything Sharp Money, anything sports betting. We're just here to kind of chop it up for half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour max, and hopefully fire off some live bets here too.
Yeah, I could use a couple bets, man. I'm a low volume for a Saturday for sure.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I haven't refreshed my picket yet today. So I don't even know what I have out, to be honest. Kind of one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
But, Brayton, November for me personally has been rough to start. I think first 4 days were all deep shades of red. I was down close to 30 units, kind of grinded my way back. I'm down about 23 units now. We're 8 days in. Looking for a big turnaround here, but I know for those of you out there that are struggling to gain some traction right now, you're not alone. This is part of being a sports bettor. You're going to have this roller coaster ride sometimes. So we just got to grind it out until we hit that hot streak.
Yeah, same here, dude. My first green day of the month was Thursday. So started off the first 6 days in red. Had a decent day Thursday and then red again yesterday. So 7 out of 8 days red. So we'll get some of it back this weekend, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just one of those things. And I think NBA being fresh, anytime a sport's fresh, it takes a little while for the market to really kind of see what rotations are going to be like, how teams play together. So as we get into November here, I expect things to turn around. And I expect us to really start hitting it. But, with that being said, I see people posting in our daily results. A lot of our members are still absolutely killing it. So love seeing that. Have you been playing the NHL prop bot at all?
So Brayton? I started playing a little bit more after speaking with you last Saturday on stream, trying to hit plays I see with 5% or more EV. And I think it's done okay this last week, but I haven't concentrated on hitting enough of it. I know I actually saw a chart from Chaps, I think this morning, and he's been hitting a lot of NHL props, and he's doing well. I think I saw like maybe a 12% return. So I think there's a ton of value there. It's just I just need to make it a point to check that bot more often.
Yeah, I was. Let me pull up my results here. I was looking at it. I actually hit the NHL prop bot was very, very good to me last night. Last night we had a 2-unit night just on the NHL prop bot alone. So one of those things, especially with NHL, almost every play we're playing with the NHL prop bot is longer odds. I mean, you're talking most of them are plus 175 to plus 300. So with that, it's really, you're going to have some fluctuation. You're going to have some variance there. I wouldn't suggest just hopping in if you're going to jump in on the NHL prop bot, just trying it for 2 days and then making your decision. It's one of those things that you got to be in it for the long haul if you're really going to be profitable just because of those swings.
I got pretty excited this morning, saw like a over half of an assist for like plus 130. I was like, this is awesome. Finally not hitting something that's plus 280 or whatever.
Yeah. What have you been playing non-props for NHL?
Yeah. Yep. I'll play whatever I see come up. I need to go look at my stats, to be honest with you. I haven't even paid attention.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you what your return is on, NHL like main lines here or derivative lines.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see as well.
Because I started off the season well. About end of October, I was up probably 2 or 3 units, and then November's just been kind of a slide for me. I was looking at this. What reminded me was this Red Wings play here. I know I played this earlier,
Mhm.
so I'm on this one. I'm just curious to see what the results are in the court about the first period overs, because I know we get a lot of first period team total overs.
I like those. I don't know what they're doing, but I like to hit them. Let's see. Let me get my filter set.
I know we had a comment in here. Bill, college football Saturday has been rough. Anybody else experiencing this? It's been one of those things. It's been really tough the last. Let me see. Let me pull up my Pickett calendar and take a look. I know I struggled this last Saturday. I've actually had 3 red Saturdays in a row. Actually, no, I take that back. I've had 4 red Saturdays in a row. But we absolutely slayed like the first 4 weeks of the season. So I think it's one of those things. We've had a few red Saturdays in a row. Just kind of ironing out your process. Really, the early week pings, if you're not getting like openers, I think you got to be a little bit more careful with them. I think if you're talking about Saturday games that, maybe Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday is where you're really going to get where the limits are going up. That's where you're going to get kind of your best action. So it's just kind of one of those things. You're not alone that it's been kind of a rough few Saturdays in a row here. And I know that's kind of been it's not only us in our Discord, like around the industry, as I talk to some of the other guys that are top down bettors, college football Saturdays have been rough the last month or so.
Yeah. Just going back to NHL, not a ton of volume, about 50 bets, 30, 19 and 1, with the 8.5% ROI. So not a ton of volume, but over 8% return. So
yeah. YouTube user says, getting killed on college sports in general. Let me look at my basketball returns, my college basketball. That's it. Once again, college basketball, very fresh. So, the first few weeks of the seasons, I would recommend not, like if you're a half Kelly player, I would not just kind of jump on a sport when it opens at half Kelly. I would kind of ease your way into it. A lot of guys, even bottom up bettors, tend to kind of be cautious at the beginning of a season just because there's so much unknown. Players switching teams, new coaches, what's team chemistry going to be like? How are teams going to play together from a year-to-year basis? So all those things go into it. Looks like I'm down a few units on college basketball here to start the season as well. Kind of the last couple nights have been really rough for me. Still got still beating closing line by 80% with an expected value of 5. And actually, let me share this real quick because I want to talk about expected value in terms of or closing line value with the new Pickett Pro settings, because I think they're very useful if you know what the information that's actually giving you. So here's my college football or college basketball for the month of November, and you'll see I'm beating closing line value by 80%, and my expected return is 5%. This is not the actual expected return, because the way Pickett does it right now is if you're on, so I have a penny circa closing line value. So it's taking just the closing line with the VIG included to calculate my closing line. So I'm beating the closing line 80% of the time, but that's with the VIG included. And if we're really thinking about what our return should be, we've got to remove that VIG. And for college basketball lines, the VIG is usually 4-ish%. So you're looking at my expected return is more like 1% than 5%. So if you're going to change the settings on Pickett to your closing line and you're not using the no VIG setting, understand you've got to now take the VIG out of your expected value to get an accurate reading. So just something for people that have Pickett Pro and are changing what books they're calculating their closing line value with, because this can be very misleading that I'm beating CLV at 80% with a 5% return, and then it's telling me that my actual return is negative 28%. I don't expect to be negative 28 long. I expect that to turn, but just kind of some information for people that use Pickett to track their bets. Do you have Pickett Pro, Brayton?
Yeah. Yep. I do.
Okay.
I did the same thing. I
using...
changed my books. Yeah. I changed my CLV to Pinnacle and Circa.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to switch back over to Discord because we got some pings here we can talk about. So here's one: Spurs Jazz first quarter. Line open about 9 a.m. So about 2 hours ago, 117. It's already steamed all the way down to 125, about 8 cents of movement here. Be cautious with first quarters. They're very, there's a lot of variance in first quarters, but at a 2.5% edge, this is probably one that I'm going to jump on here. NBA, how's NBA been for you, Brayton? Just in general.
In general, I think the props haven't been great, but the main lines and everything else has been good.
Yeah, same here. NBA props have been a little bit of a crapshoot, and once again, early season, but I've been doing pretty well with even the first quarter, first half, full game lines. Been doing pretty solid for me.
Let's see.
Chat, man, those Bills are a killer. That made me laugh, though. Did you see Chat's down 4 units from his vet visit today? Didn't even get to place his wagers. Just visited the vet, down 4 units.
Yeah, NBA main lines, derivatives, everything else is like 12% ROI. So other than the props, NBA's been good.
Here's another FanDuel ping that just popped up. Little college basketball, Tulsa and Arkansas Pine Bluff. One thing with college basketball, I'm going to play this one because I'm a degenerate and I love college basketball, and I'll probably go watch this game at some capacity. But one thing with college basketball that I want you guys to watch out for is large spreads. So anytime you get a spread that's going over like 20 points, I was kind of looking into this yesterday. So Pinnacle doesn't even offer, or most books don't, like most sharp books don't even offer alternates on spreads that are more than 20 points. It's just once the game's out of hand, so much different things can happen. Is a team going to push it to the end? Is a team going to put in their bench with like their scrubs with 5 minutes left in the game? So be a little more cautious with spreads that are over 20 points. Usually, even in the teens, the game's close enough towards the end that both teams have their starters in well into the second half and close to the full game. But just something to be a little bit more cautious with is large spreads.
Makes sense. I've never really thought about it, but makes sense completely.
Yeah. Dev asked here, tips for NHL main lines. The truth is, Dev, NHL is probably the hardest sport to top down bet. It's just, the amount of goals scored in a game are typically right around 5 or 6 in every single game. There's a little bit of line movement, but not a ton. So I've just been following Penny and kind of seeing where it's going right now. I know some people in the industry have had success using like a Penny Sharp, and Circa and Bookmaker are good for them too, but there's just not a lot of movement on the Sharp books. So you're just not going to get a ton of volume. I've found way more success playing NHL props than I have main lines. But I know there's a lot of people in our Discord that like the first period team totals, and I've been doing well on them.
Yeah, I like hitting those. But again, I only have maybe 50 bets from the main bot NHL, so can't really say I have a true strategy or any tips just yet. I kind of take what I like just from a penny line movement standpoint and roll with it.
Welcome in, Futon. Glad you follow on Picket, man. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Here's one that I've actually. Brayton, do you play MGM at all?
Yes. Yep.
What's your limits like on MGM? Are you limited over there?
I'm limited only pretty much only on props and some derivatives, but for the most part, a mainline spread or total, I can get down a unit, or maybe not over a unit, but about $100.
Yeah. So I'm to the point where like I can't even play any type of football in MGM. Like I can get $1
Wow.
off maybe. NBA and MLB are the only two sports that I can get money down on. Um, this play here, being a spread, I don't mind this play. There's about, what are we looking at? Like 5 or 6 cents of movement here. I'd like to see more, especially for a total. But with a spreads are just, the limits are way higher at Sharp Books. Brooklyn 14.5. I think I actually might have played this earlier, but this is
I want
one
to say
I'd be okay jumping on.
I played it earlier at like 18.5 or negative odds,
Oh
whatever it
wow.
was, like minus 130 or something. Sounds familiar, at least.
Uh, Poet's in here saying these scrubs are people too at the end of the bench. Poet, I'm allowed to say that because I actually was a college hooper, and I was one of those scrubs at the end of the bench my first year in college. So I have a lot of respect for those scrubs. So no
disrespect.
no heart, yeah, no disrespect there, but there are people that are on that team that are better than others, and I've been on both sides of that coin. So much love when I call them scrubs off the end of the bench.
Right. Let's see.
Dev, yeah, I think Jay's limits aren't as Dev was asking about limits. I think Jay's limits are not as severe as mine and Dime's. Jay's just a much lower volume player, and at a lower volume, you'll get limited slower. But playing the plays that he is, like, books can see closing line value. Books know when a play is good and what you're doing as a sports bettor. So there's really, once you start positive EV betting, like, limits are just part of the game, and figuring out how to get down is the hardest part once you start winning, because once you start winning, books identify you and label you as a profitable sports bettor, and their goal then is to try and make it as hard as possible for you to get bets down.
And it sounds like Jay had such a long couple years of bottom up pretty much betting before he switched over. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay's accounts are pretty primed to. I don't even know what Jay's limits are, to be honest. Like, I don't know how limited he is on any of the books.
I've never really heard him talk about it, so he might not have much limit, much of a limit.
Yeah, Jay might be in one of those situations where he's kind of sitting really, really pretty because he's newer to positive EV betting than Dime and I are. So he has literally primed accounts for a couple years before getting into EV betting. So he might even be labeled as a rec bettor or somebody who's not very sharp by the books right now, which would be huge for him in the long run. Nice to see we got some or this might be football. I think this is football team total. Liberty under.
DraftKings.
Yeah, over on DraftKings. I'm always lenient with low EV team totals. Like a 1% EV here on a team total is, if I'm really feeling it one day, I might hit it, but I think I usually try to pull off of those a little bit.
Even with it being so, we're 2 hours away.
So the hardest part is, and I'd have to check the limits. I can do that. I can do that off screen, actually. Let me go to, I won't be able to check the limits at Bookmaker, which this one is on, but I could check them at Penny real quick. Actually, I don't know if I can see the team total limits for Pinnacle over there. Not on what I can pull up easily, at least. Yeah, I can't even pull that up easily. I'll have to look into it, but they're usually pretty low. Like during the day, I was looking this morning, even, Pinnacle limits for team totals, I think we're in the $200 to $300 range. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm remembering. Yeah, Pickster. EV betting is a almost like a full-time job if you want to get the volume down on a daily basis. This time of year, with everything that's going on, makes it a little bit easier to get that volume down. But if you're looking to lessen the variance, the more quality bets you can get down, the better.
And there's that's some of the harder parts for me, I think, is you start having some of these losing days and you kind of lose a little bit of that motivation to just hit as much as possible. You kind of start second guessing things. So my volume has decreased as I'm going into a little bit of a rut, when in reality I should be trying to get as much down as possible, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's such a psychology thing.
Mhm.
Like, you start losing and you're like, okay, I got to pull back and kind of reevaluate. But once you've been doing this long enough and you're able to recognize like what is a good play, and if it's a good play and they're losing, like, it's gonna turn. Like, it's
Right.
just a numbers game at that point. I tell my wife, and she still yells at me and tells me that I'm a gambler, but I tell her, I'm just buying numbers.
Right.
Like, I'm not even gambling. I'm just buying numbers at a price. And if the price is good, if that number's on sale, I'm gonna buy it. She doesn't agree with me still, so I try
My
to.
wife's starting to understand a little bit. She might not understand the process, but she understands finally that I'm not just blindly betting on games. Um,
Yeah,
and it took her a couple, 6, 7 months to understand that.
yeah, and my wife gets it. She
Mhm.
understands like what I'm doing. She just
And she
doesn't
knows
love
at
it
this
all the
point that it
time.
works, right? She knows it works.
Correct,
It's
correct.
so every now I'm getting to the point where if I tell her like, hey, I'm going, spend some time by the computer just to kind of look, she understands like, okay, this is work. It's not
Yeah,
this is not just a hobby, it's work.
yeah, and I try, and that's the other thing is like not letting EV betting kind of consume your life is
Mhm.
big. A lot of my EV time, you guys will see me fire off daily doubles and stuff at 5 a.m. A lot of
Mhm.
my time is when my son is sleeping, when the wife's still in bed, trying to still spend as much family time with them as possible. But it's definitely about finding a balance in it.
I
I'm
think
liking
that's
these Columbia spreads.
I'm glad you brought that up. I've been wanting to ask you. So your daily doubles, I've been playing them now for like daily for probably a month and a half now. I wish I'd have started those earlier. So
Mhm.
what is your process to go into to picking those? Because they've been awesome. I mean, they've been really good.
Yeah, so I used to when I first started them, I used to try and side note here because I'm distracted by the bet parks and everybody hates it when I play bet parks because it's only available in 3 states. But I'm really liking these Columbia lines if they're
Okay.
popping up on other books too. But back to daily doubles. So I started them in the spring, actually just around the time that just before we launched Sharp Money.
Mhm.
And I used to play them night before. So I used to put them in, 9, 10 o'clock on a Tuesday for the Wednesday slates. And playing them that soon, it's just such a crapshoot for, where's this line going to go?
Right.
Like, it has good value at the time, but you never know really what direction it's going to go. So then I started playing them in the mornings. And what I'm looking for when I play my daily doubles is, one, do they have an edge or are they close to having an edge to the sharp books? Like, when I posted, some of my plays are neutral to sharp books. They
Right.
may not be super negative EV, but they haven't gained the edge that I expect them to. And I'm looking for from the opening line to when I post them, what are the limits and where's the money coming in at? And if I can figure out where the money's coming in, I've got a pretty good idea of where that bet's going to steam to and where it's going to gain
Right.
traction. So that's what I'm looking for. Is I don't necessarily, it's not a play that currently has value, but it's one that I expect to by the time we get to closing line. And they've been really good for me. I think if I pull up my all-time daily double stats here, they're a little skewed because I started when I started doing them, I was playing them, and my unit size has gone up, so the
Mhm.
ROI's changed a little bit. But I actually just started playing them very recently at a 1 unit play because
Yeah.
I'm able, since it's a 2 leg parlay, I can get down a full unit.
That's what I've been playing at them lately. I've been playing a full unit on them. After I started off doing about 3/4 of a unit, and saw that they were doing well. So I'm at a unit now.
So I'm 96 and 130 overall with a 15.5% ROI.
So I just have a math wins tag. So there's other things in it, but for the most part, it is all daily doubles. Now I'll tag like some of your lottos and stuff that are small unit size. But anyway, my math wins tag 67 and 89 with a 19% return, over 12 units up. So
love that.
Really yep.
Love that. You know what I really need to start doing is just playing daily doubles. My stats would look killer if I just.
They're so good. I know. And I actually, so what I've been doing, and so I'm probably leaving a few dollars on the table, but lately I've moved my daily double plays from FanDuel to Bet365 to try to keep that account a little bit healthier. So every now and then it's priced a little bit worse than what you'll get on FanDuel, but every now and then it's a little bit better, to be honest. So I just been playing them on my Bet365 account to try to keep that account around as long as I can.
Yeah. Nice. I actually don't have access to Bet365, so I'm not sure. I know they've booted a lot of our members.
A lot of our members have gotten right. And somehow I've been able to withstand all that. So I've been trying to throw a lot more parlays and things in there. So
I wonder what our daily double's looking like today, where that line is at. So it looks like it's still at plus 131. So nothing there. And that's the other thing is like with the college football daily double, things do steam Saturday morning. But if you're really looking for value, you got to kind of jump on it that Wednesday, Thursday,
right,
and then just ride it all the way into Saturday. But I like on a college football Saturday, I like to just throw out college football bets if I can find a couple good ones.
Yep.
Maddie, I love it. Going to the bathroom at work so you can get some bets in.
Once an hour. Yeah, just this thing.
Let's see. We got anything good on FanDuel here? I think I'm actually on Ohio State Purdue over, but it was from a bookmaker ping earlier. This is a market average. Looks like our boy Dime's able to get bets in, even though he can't join us on the stream.
I wonder what he's up to. I guess work had him today, I guess.
Yeah, he said he's actually got to work at work, which I don't know if I believe him or not, but we'll let him get away with it this time. You guys are cracking me up in the chat today.
Ohio State, I had a first half over is what I had on there and on DraftKings.
Okay.
It was over 31.5. Oh, and I have a first quarter under. Great. Okay.
I think if you have MGM and you don't have a Brooklyn Nets spread today,
right.
I don't know what you're doing. I think I've seen the Brooklyn Nets ping on on BetMGM 85.
Yeah, I thought I had it at 8. I thought I had 18.5. I have it at 15.5. Nets plus 15.5.
Here's a good one for us, Brayton. And this will be good because it's coming from two bettors like you and myself that are in two very different places in terms of bankroll, because I know that changes. Bankroll and limits change how bettors approach this. Yep. I'll go ahead and hit it, and then I'll let you kind of say how you would approach it differently, being at a little bit lower of a bankroll and less limit. So Hapa, whenever I see a ladder like this with multiple lines, so let's just say this is a football game with over pings at 43, 45, and 50. Depending on the book, I'm playing all of them because of my limits. So let's say each one is like a 1.5 unit play. Most likely, I can't get down more than half to 3/4 of a unit on a single book. So I'm going to play all three of them so that my total bet over the course of the entire ladder is about what I would want it to be for each one. Now, when I was less limited, I was still a very aggressive bettor, and I would play most of them all the time, which would lead to days where I did really, really well and days where I did really, really poorly. In the long run, as long as your bankroll can handle that and you're playing a unit size that's the correct respective to your total bankroll, you'll still be okay. So I'm going to play all of them, but my limits are different. But I'll let Brayton kind of speak to what he does because his strategy may be a little bit different.
So I think it's a great question. And I think it's something we get often. For me, it depends if I realize that I've already bet the first one, right? So whatever the first ping would be, let's just say it's over, 45. I will take that for half Kelly, whatever it is. If I realize a little bit later that I've already hit that, now it's at 43, I would bet it, but maybe quarter Kelly. And then if I see it again at 50, maybe if I know I'll bet it, maybe quarter Kelly. It's where I'm not completely overexposing myself on it. In reality, I probably don't know that I already hit the 45, and I'm probably betting them all half Kelly just out of not checking and not paying attention. It used to bother me when I'd see like, oh shit, I got 3 units on this game, all overs. If it goes under, I'm screwed. Now it doesn't really affect me, just because I kind of seen it hit the other way every now and then, right? So some days you'll hit all 3, some days you'll lose all 3. In the grand scheme of the entire month, it's gonna be profitable if the bets are profitable. So I don't let it bother me. I don't pay attention as much as I probably should. But if I'm aware of it, I try to limit my exposure to maybe 2 to 3 units max on a ladder. And like I said, in reality, I probably don't know I already hit it, and I'm hitting everything for half Kelly. So
Yeah, that's a great point. I would no matter if you're going to play the whole ladder or just a single one, don't overextend yourself by 3, maximum 4 units on a single outcome.
yeah.
Here's another good one from BVT here. Do some books prevent you from laddering if you're limited? DraftKings does for sure. I can't ladder on DraftKings. They'll let you play one play on one side. So as you get more limited on DraftKings, you're going to want to start playing the longer odds of the ladder, just because there's more of a return for you playing the longer odds. From MGM lets you ladder, the Cambies let you ladder.
I think ESPN will shut it down to one bet if you already hit the max on that game.
Okay. I don't know about Caesars. I don't play Caesars anymore. I don't play ESPN anymore. But
I haven't had trouble with Caesars, but I haven't really experienced a lot of limits on Caesars yet. So
okay, gotcha. FanDuel will let you ladder.
Fanatics won't, I don't believe.
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
I'm trying to think because Fanatics used to be
BBT saying Fanatics should let you. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think Fanatics you can, because Fanatics used to be PointsBet in Michigan.
Yeah.
And I got pretty much kicked off of PointsBet the way that some of our members have been getting kicked off of Bet365. And then Fanatics bought them. And all of a sudden, when Fanatics first started, they sent me an email saying that, you're still not welcome to bet. And then like 2 months ago, I logged in just to kind of mess around. I had an unlimited account. It was like I could get anything down I wanted. And now obviously that's limits again, but just because Fanatics is one of those, I don't even know if you primed it, if it would do that well for you, just because I think they limit pretty quickly. So I just got what I could out of it. But
Fanatics
I think I limited me on Fanatics.
Fanatics limited me day one because for whatever reason, I signed up for a Fanatics account before it was legal in Louisiana, knowing it was coming to Louisiana. And so when it went live, I tried to get the 10-day promo bonus bets, and they wouldn't give it to me because they said it started from the day I created my account, which was when it was not legal yet in Louisiana. Anyway, so I argued with them for a while. And I kept trying to escalate to their management team. And so immediately they just flagged my account and limited me before I even started betting on them.
That's shitty.
Yep.
I know you guys don't have Bet Parks, but I'm running through here. Bet Parks is the same as any Canby book. So if I play any of these, you can find them on any Bet Rivers or any of the Canby books.
How's your limits there?
Dude, surprisingly, not bad.
Really?
It's probably my third best book to get money down on. FanDuel's 1, DraftKings 2, Bet Parks 3.
Wow.
And I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's because they only are open in 3 states and they just don't smash
Take
you with
whatever action
limits.
you
Like,
can, right?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but there's a super soft book. I'm surprised that I can get as much down as I can. I can get, depending on the market and depending on how close it is to game time, I've gotten down $300 on a play before.
Oh wow.
Cal, I'm curious, what are your gun lake limits? Are they, can you still, like, are you, oh, just about the same as Bet Rivers, really? For all markets? I'm curious to see what Cal says here because I don't understand. Wow, 5 to 50. I don't understand because I've been playing. So Bet Parks, yeah, it's actually Play Gun Lake is
I was
uh
wondering. Yeah.
the book, or the casino. But that's surprising me because I've been playing Gun Lake for a couple years and I don't have those kind of limits. Interesting. That's wild. How's how's the football prop bot been treating you, Brax?
No, for the first few weeks it was doing well, and I can't say that I've had a ton of volume in the last 2 weeks on there. I need to go and look, but I know it was up like I was up like 15% at one point.
Okay.
Let me go look. I feel like I haven't hit a bunch lately, and that could be because of some of the Sigma plays as well, where I'm not
Uh-huh.
concentrating on props. But yeah, all time NFL prop, it's 6% ROI. I'm up 6 units, about 160 bets. So 6%
Yeah.
ROI is great.
I think it was 2 weekends ago, I got absolutely murdered, but it's the
Mhm.
only minus weekend that I've had, the entire season on the NFL prop bot. So if you're
Yeah,
kinda on the fence for NFL props, our prop bot's been killing it.
yeah, I see what you're talking about. It was October 20th or so. I went from up 13 units to up like 6 units. So I lost about 7 units that day on it. But other than that, it's
Yep.
been great. Hmm.
That's exactly the weekend I was talking about, October, uh,
20th, I
I
think.
guess it was, yeah, yep, right around there, the 20th. Murdered me, but
Hmm.
otherwise it's been doing good. I'm at like a 5% ROI,
Hmm.
but hell, a 5% ROI on close to 300 bets is pretty
Yes.
solid.
And I think it looks like I have a good 15 or 20 of them tomorrow. So I'll be interested to see how this week is.
Here's a nice Canby bet, little double sharp bookmaker circa down here. College football, Georgia Tech against the U. Uh, let's talk college football for a second. Brax, did you follow the college football rankings at all?
Not a ton. It's not something I ever truly became like a huge college football guy. But I saw they came out with the bracket or whatever, and everybody was excited about it. It's going to be interesting to see how this postseason is.
Who's so let's I don't have it up, but I know kind of everybody's darling right now is Army getting thrown down at 25. I would love nothing more for Army to kick the shit out of Notre Dame here in a couple weeks and
Oh
go
yeah,
undefeated and make the college football playoff.
yeah, that'd be cool.
But my one of my really good buddies is a Hoosier fan
I
and
was
he
about
is
to ask
just,
you, Indiana, huh?
yeah, he's just drinking the Kool-Aid. So Michigan plays Indiana today, and for those of you that don't know, I'm just outside of Detroit, so I'm a huge Michigan fan. It's been a brutal season. I'm ready for it to be over, but if we win today, it'll make my season because I can just talk shit every day to my buddy who's a Hoosier fan because it'll just ruin their season. So today is
They're ranked
Michigan's
what?
Super Bowl
They're in
for
the
me.
top 10 right now, I think, right?
They're number 8 in the
Oh wow.
football playoff ranking. Yeah, Cal, Michigan gonna win. That's what I'm talking about. This is all we need. We just need this one. I'm gonna go look at this Kentucky game for basketball.
I feel like we have a couple of
Six
y'all
percent.
Michigan Michigan guys in the Discord, huh?
Yeah, no, we do. There's quite a few of us, and I haven't been able to meet up with any of them yet, but a couple of us have Lions season tickets, so
Oh,
we got to
nice.
have a Sharp Money meetup at one of the Lions games here soon. Oh shit, I can't play this one. My Parks account is at 0.00. The bankroll is gone. Well, for those of you out there, I'm gonna reply to this so it goes to my bot plays. If you can get a 6% edge on a circa total for college basketball, you're doing pretty freaking good. So if you have Canby books, go hit Kentucky Bucknell under 152.5. And because I pointed it out on the stream, they're gonna score 180 points in that game.
Cal wants an invite to the stream, man.
Oh shit! I just posted it in the mod chat, didn't I? Not the promo. Yeah, get Cal in here. If Cal, you hop on right now. We send you a link.
I sent it in the promo group.
Yeah, Cal, get in here. I only said it in the mod chat. I forgot to send it in the promo one. Hell yeah, Cal, hop in here.
Or Devin too.
Yeah, hop on in, Dev. Oh gosh, here's a scary one I'm on for this weekend. Here's a little freebie for those of you that don't have the NFL prop bot. I don't know if this is the one that you want to initiate yourself on, but Danny Dimes over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Man, I looked at that earlier and I think I didn't take it, and I'm probably gonna go do it right now. Plus 175. Let's go.
Yeah, it looks like
8.8 U. Let's do it.
It looks like Caesars has been sitting at, or Caesars actually went from about plus 185 all the way down to 152. Bovada moved down a little bit. FanDuel's kind of hanging out on an island at 175. The next closest book is plus 152.
Let's do it.
I don't know. Carolina's defense is pretty bad. All right, here he is. What up, Cal? Oh, now he's big timing us.
Mm-hmm. Passing props. Danny Dimes.
Other thing I want to point out real quick is SharpMoney callouts. I know these guys are all sharp. These guys are all posting good plays. Looks like Ryan just posted his results for his college basketball callouts from yesterday, up 3.8 units, killing it. EV Adam has been posting props on here with a little bit different process than our NBA prop bot uses and been absolutely slaying it. He's up 14 units on the season, had a little bit of a rough day yesterday. But for our premium members, if you guys are not following the Sharp callouts team, this is just in the callout section. You can add the role under the notification roles. These guys are slaying it. I don't know, like Dev loves soccer, so Dev's got some soccer plays in here. I haven't seen him post a results section, but I know he's a smart guy. I'm sure he's winning. So follow these guys if you don't currently.
I got it to work.
You go.
Hey, there he is. What's up, Cal?
How you guys doing?
What's
good,
happening?
man?
I got $7 off on that Kentucky total.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Let me go back. I'm curious about this. What about the Louisville, Tennessee game? Did you play the over 155 or 156.5, Cal?
I don't really tune into the Bet Rivers and ParX tags very often, in all honesty.
Will you just see how much you can get down on this play?
Yeah.
Okay. See how much you can get down, because this is the bet that took my account to zeros. And I got down $183 on it. Technically $183.33 because I zeroed myself out, but
at least they let you. Half the time they don't even let me.
I don't even understand that. That makes no sense to me.
Nope, I can get 97 to 92. That one's not too
Okay.
bad. That's
Interesting.
better.
I will say I've found that with the Play Gun Lake stuff, spreads you can get more down than totals, and bigger games closer to game time you can, which is true for almost any book. But
Yeah.
if you're looking at pings and you see one from a like Tulsa, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, I bet you can't get much at all because it's a small game.
Mm-hmm.
But the big conference teams, I bet you can get, like, once it gets into conference play, I bet you can get a decent amount down on spreads and totals at Play Gun Lake.
Oh, I'm sure. My bet river limits are pretty much the same though. Like most of the time, it seems it's hit or miss with small games versus big games.
Okay. Yeah, I can't even get, it doesn't matter the market or whatever. I don't think I can get more than $10 down on rivers. It got to the point where I just don't even use them anymore.
Yeah. I'm kind of getting that way with Fanatics, especially for player props. Main lines are kind of okay, but yeah, Fanatics
So the thing,
props is just flat.
the big pull for me with Fanatics is the fan cash. Just because I love buying gear and stuff like that. So I'll play it, and I can still get anywhere from, on main lines for big sports, I can still get $35 to $75 down, which is plenty enough to keep kind of bringing in that fan cash.
Right.
What's up, Dev?
Oh, what's up? What's up?
Look at this guy rolling in. Got a couple guys from our promo team.
Bet Rivers is my most played book, I think. I'm
You still
signing
get
that
it?
one all the
You're
time,
still able
yeah.
to get down?
Sometimes I get limited around $10. Sometimes it's 30. That's about it. I don't know. Most times I've tried like low holds. They do like a max of like 90.
Okay.
Like a large line, like a large total, large limit total.
Let's see. I can't believe how many, like, if you guys are playing NHL props, the FanDuel, I probably get like 30 plays down a day on the FanDuel NHL player props.
Okay.
Are you taking everything, or just over, or you limiting yourself on the over 5% or EV plays?
So I'll take everything just to chart it, to just give us some data. So I'll take anything from 2% to 10%, which our bot only flags 2%.
Right.
But then I'll double bet anything 5% or higher. So I'll put down, like, let's say it's a 5% EV play. I'll hit it for 5 so I can track it, and then I'll hit it again for anything, for as much as I can get down.
Gotcha.
And let's see. I can give you guys the breakdowns while we're kind of talking about it. Pull up the breakdowns by percentage again. So overall, the entire prop bot, 2% through everything, is a 2.4% ROI. So I'm still positive, net positive playing everything. But if you go just like 5% and higher, you're talking about going from a 2% ROI to a 10.5% ROI. So pretty big difference. Cal,
So-
give me the game script for Michigan, Indiana today.
Run the ball because Michigan can't throw the football.
How many?
Did they announce
defensive
who's
touchdowns do we
starting
need?
at quarterback?
I think we're actually going to take the Indiana backup and just pay him to play for us.
Dude, I don't even care.
how many-
They need to bring someone.
How many defensive touchdowns to win? We need at least one. We're not winning without at least one defensive touchdown.
You need to hold Indiana under fucking 10 points to win.
Oh, God. I don't like our chances.
And that's with us having a defensive touchdown.
Have they announced who's starting?
I don't think so. Let's see.
Let me see. I'm going to look it up.
It's probably Warren, if we're being honest here. He didn't look awful last week. I would assume it's Warren.
Is this week 11?
Already, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it. If you find it, let me know. But so it's so funny. So like Davis Warren started the year, right? And was awful, absolutely terrible. And everybody was pounding the table for Alex Orji. He comes in. I don't know if I've seen this man complete a pass more than 7 yards. And I don't know if I've seen him complete more than 5 passes less than 7 yards. And then Jack Tuttle comes in at Washington and plays like a freaking Heisman for 3 series and then looks like he's never played football in his life. He got me so stoked and then just ruined it.
God, there was one game, I think it was when Orgy came back, and they set his prop line at like 160, and then my friends were like, he's not hitting 160, and we all hammered the under, and I think that was the game he threw for like, I don't even know if he threw for 100 yards.
So I think it was last weekend or maybe it was 2 weekends ago. Sigma, shout out Sigma for those of you in here who are not part of the Sigma bet. This man is one of the best cappers around, transparent. Go check out Sigma, three-day free trial. But Sigma had Davis Warren over passing yards last week, and he crushed it.
Davis Warren looked really, I mean, not really good, but he looked pretty good for Michigan standards last week. Last couple weeks.
So I'm not going to lie. I didn't watch a single snap of the game last week.
Oh, wow.
He threw for like 180, I thought. Threw for, okay, 164. 12 for 21. Okay, it was a little worse than I thought, but
it felt good. Huh?
it felt good because they set his line was set at 128 and a half.
So good question by Poet here. What exactly is a capper? So when we say capper, we mean a handicapper, somebody who handicaps sports. And what that means is they're using modeling, or in Sigma's case, he uses modeling, but they're coming up with their own numbers. So what we do with our premium subscription here at SharpMoney is we're top-down bettors. So we're reading the market and we're buying numbers based on what the market's telling us. What Sigma does is a different style of betting, which is bottom-up betting. He's an originator, so he originates his own lines, and then he originates his own lines and then finds value from those lines compared to what the market's at. So 2 very different styles of betting. But the reason we wanted to partner with Sigma is it's the same philosophy from an end standpoint. Like, we're playing edges. We understand that there's no locks. If we play an edge over and over again, in the end, we're going to come up profitable. So that's the difference between bottom up, which is what Sigma Bet is doing, and top down, which is what SharpMoney Premium's doing. Are you guys all in? You guys are all in Sigma Bet, right?
Yep. I think we all are. Yeah.
Yeah. So dude, just some of the conversations that go on in Sigma Bet in the general chat are unreal. That Sigma is one of the most connected guys in the industry, and I learn new things every time I talk with Sigma.
Super knowledgeable guy.
Really, really smart dude. And the thing that I love best about Sigma is he's transparent. There's so many handicappers in this industry that are just frauds and will just throw out plays to throw out plays and take $1 from people for plays. But he posts all his results. If you ask him a question on kind of why he likes a game, he's posting data breakdowns. He's giving you guys everything. He's top notch.
It's wild. He's posting 50 NBA props in a game or like on a day, and it's actually going positive. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, it's wild.
Well, and the nice thing is like when you're a top down bettor, you're going to get limited, right? And I can't get prop money out for NBA. I can get down pretty good on FanDuel still. And DraftKings, I can get down a little bit. Everywhere else is like pennies on the dollar. So the fact that he can throw out 50 plays and I can find competitive lines for 75% of them at FanDuel, is huge for bettors that are getting limited. at other books. And if you're not limited at other books, there's a lot of soft books out there that he's just absolutely killing right now.
And it's the first time that I'm comfortable taking props on FanDuel because we've kind of always looked at FanDuel as being somewhat sharp on them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Was it might have been in Sigma, actually. I was talking about my bookie the other day. The only reason I got my bookie up here is because I got that $50,000 playthrough I got to get through in the next 10 years before I get my deposit bonus back.
What?
So, yeah, funny story. I think I was talking about, it might have been in the mod chat, actually.
Yeah.
So, Cal, Dev, little insight for you guys. So, I was playing my bookie, and this is when I was just looking for more outs. And they send me this deposit bonus match that's just, it was like a couple $1,000s. So I'm like, sick, let's do it. Wasn't limited. I was like, I'll be able to get through. It started as an 80K playthrough. And I was like, shit, I'll be able to get through that in like a month or two. Deposit, they match my bonus. I'm playing through it. I get about 25K the way through it. And they just hit me with the stupidest limits ever. So now I'm over here playing like $8 to $25 at a time, and I've got to get through a $50,000 playthrough. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You got to be careful with the motions, man.
Do you get a lot of volume or no?
I play it when I'm not distracted by outs that I can actually get stuff down. So it was like, I want to say it was like a $2,000 deposit match bonus. So it was about $2,000 of my own money plus $2,000 that they matched. And now I'm stuck here playing through it. So it's like, it sucks, but it's also not like it's such a big percentage of my bankroll that I'm just hammering it every day. I'm just I've accepted the fact that if I see that money back, it'll be in 5 years.
Look at Rumhead's comment.
What did Rum say?
Can your grandkids inherit it?
Yeah. Correct. That's the plan here. Is we're just trying to get the grandkids the money back. And I wonder, I don't know if they would. I haven't even tried, but I wonder if they would just give me my deposit back. And if I told them, hey, I just want to screw the bonus, like just give me my deposit back, and let's call it even. So maybe if I get frustrated enough, I'll reach out to them and see if they'll do that. But yeah, that's my bet. That's why I still have my bookie notifications on. What's Dev, Cal? I know Brayden and I were talking about this a little earlier. You guys got a lot out today?
I missed a lot of college football during the week. So I got to say,
I'm actually lower volume than usual.
I got 47 out, but
Okay,
that's
solid.
A lot of them were kind of scraping through my own stuff, so I didn't have much college football from our bot this week. And I was kind of worried, so I kind of went and scraped for my own.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I kind of stopped taking college football real early in the week just because it hasn't been great for me. And then I got busy at the end of the week and really hadn't put in the number of bets I would like. So
I got about 20 out. A lot of college basketball this morning, though.
Okay, solid.
There's a ton of college basketball value. I felt like
I am playing the Math Wins Lotto, so I'm hoping that hits.
No UTSA this week. We got a chance.
What was it? Like two and there's what, 2 lottos in 3 weeks, or was it 2 back-to-back?
So 2 weeks ago is where we hit 11 of the 12 picks, and UTSA blew a 35-7 halftime lead. And then last week, the lotto wasn't even close, but I picked a team to beat UTSA, and UTSA won. So it was like back-to-back weeks. They just haunt me. So I made sure to leave them out this week.
Dang Roadrunners.
I know. Texas people, man. San Antonio people. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to hop out of here, guys. My son decided his nap time is gonna be 45 minutes instead of a couple hours, so that means the rest of my day is gonna be interesting.
All good, man. I enjoyed it. Glad Cal and Devin could join us. That was fun. So
Heck yeah.
until
I
next week.
thanks for the
apologize for not
stream,
giving you guys the invite earlier.
Yeah.
Great stream.
Alrighty, Sharp Money people, go out, make money today, and looking forward to seeing those green tickets tonight.
Let's do it.
All right. Be good.